Welcome to Two Gents, where two seasoned gents take on the hard truths of life, success, and responsibility. In a world where the rules don't bend for us, these gents believe in doing the work, owning the struggle, and inspiring others to take action. So, pull up a chair.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Two Gents Podcast. Before we even get into this, I want to let you know how Chuck Schumer thinks. He swears he's a Democrat, but I know he ain't nothing but a Republican. And before I bring Glass in, I want to set the stage. I need to set the stage.
Spirit of affirmative action, we have Ramon and Cadillac are your two pilots. They've never flown before, but they are black. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously.
The war on white people continues.
You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles.
LeBron James is a self-interested, narcissistic, and we know he's not very smart.
You're representing your nation. You're selfish sociopath.
Not very bright, not wise, not somebody of good character.
She is a shame to the country.
Blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today. Data shows they were actually better in the 1940s.
Let's get loud for Kyle Rittenhouse.
I'm also going to offer some context and some nuance about the death of George Floyd that no one dares to say out loud, which is that this guy was a scumbag.
Remember what BLM stands for? Burn, loot, and murder.
Now, does that mean it deserves to die? That's two totally different things. Of course not.
Prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact.
There's no such thing as white privilege or racism. So black people are allowed to talk about black culture in a way that white culture cannot. Black people can come up and say that there's a baby mama problem in black America, and white people are not allowed to say that. Oh, I just did. So what are you going to do, cancel me? Black people are allowed to say, black people are allowed to say.
I'm a grown man. I got way
Black people are allowed.
Skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining day. Thomas Sowell and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to.
I'm gonna stop there right there. Glass, how are you doing, man? I know that I set that up because that's the way that I feel about Chuck Schumer and how he feels about anybody else that's in America with the vote that he took tonight. So, Glass, I'm gonna let you go in because I know me and you had a conversation earlier, and we only got on this thing live because you look at us. You ain't never seen us like this before. But this is so serious that we got on live tonight. So, Glass, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Brian. 100% disappointed in the Democratic Party, which is exactly why 10 or some odd years ago I chose to get out of the party. No backbone, no spine, no leader. Chuck Schumer, you need to go tomorrow. If they could get rid of you tonight, they should. You cannot have a balanced quorum of Democrats. You got 8 individuals who have been whining for 40 days about something, and you agreed to something, and you never got what you was whining for. What I don't understand is this. They can say what they want to say. Trump wiped the floor with them. Trump beat them. Trump became successful. He defeated you guys because you did not have a backbone and you did not have a spine. So what's going to happen is this, is maybe between now and November, you might be able to redeem yourself with some, but you'll never be able to redeem yourself with me. Ron, I'm disgusted.
You know what, Glass? You know what disgusts me more than that is that this fool was out had a dinner, and he still got a ballroom going on that he's trying to build, and the Democrats can't. I don't know. It ain't that they can't stand the pressure. I don't know what's going on with Schumer. Schumer might as well just take off, put on a mega hat, a red mega hat, and just settle in. I mean, the Democrats ain't got no leadership.
None.
You got none whatsoever. They ain't got anybody that stands up for a Democrat. At one time in history, when me and Glass was still voting Democrat, They might have been weak, but they just didn't capitulate. They didn't just give in. They didn't just say, "Hey, I give up the ship." They didn't do any of that. And this dignity thing that you're talking about, oh no, it shouldn't be no compromise on this deal. If we can't get what we want, it should have been no compromise. But here's the deal: Trump did already claim victory. He already claimed victory, and you can't come back and clean that up. You can't come back and clean that up. You have no power. And if the House, and I say this again, and I'm gonna say it right now, and I'm gonna repeat my brother's words that's on the air with me right now. If the House capitulates to what Chuck Schumer has agreed to, you might as well just hang it up. We're gonna have a Republican government for the rest of the time. And I agree with Sean. You know I agree with you 100%. So that's how I'm shaking my head.
And again, negotiating has always been. I was taught again, Ron. Go back. Negotiating the wants and needs, but always come out with the things that you need, and forget about those things that you want. Schumer, they said what they needed, still come up short. Never. I mean, again, the leadership has to go, and I believe that anybody that's out there that vote Democrat for whatever reason, you may want to start to doing your research. And I'm not saying to go vote for this other party by no stretch of the imagination, but don't just let yourself be used and abused and do it just because you feel like you have to. There are some candidates need to be kicked out. There are some candidates who won't stand strong. There are some candidates who are caving. There are some candidates who have caved. Chuck Schumer, you should have never been the minority leader. And I said that from day one. And now you know why I said it. He has no spine. He has no ability to generate a caucus and allow that caucus to stand strong on what they believe. You already had some leg cracking from day one. So finally they cracked, Ron. Again, Donald John Trump came out on top. As bad as I hate to say it.
Yeah, and he like us, it ain't nothing we can say, Glass, because when Chuck Schumer made that move, he basically destroyed the backbone of America. America is we were set up in a position where they had to negotiate with us. But now they got one side of the Senate, and the Senate just basically caved in. I want to say it a different way, but I can't say it and continue to go on this air, because I will tell you this. This is the reason why you have 90 million people that did not vote in the last election. This is the reason why, because you don't have a backbone. You don't stand up. Your word is no good. Anything that you say can be changed in the next minute. I got a video of Chuck Schumer right now that's up there, and Chuck Schumer is saying, "Oh no, we ain't caving in. We ain't doing this."
Play it.
I'm gonna get it. Go ahead and start talking.
Yeah. Again, Ron, the facts are there. We got a barrage of information that could be pulled. We got somebody out there. I can't. DS Biloxi, I believe, they scared because they recognize power racism. I don't know what they recognize, Ron, but what I do know, what they do not recognize, or did not recognize, is that people have become and have grown tired of being told one thing and end up doing another.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, Chuck Schumer, you was not able to keep the party solidified, unified, with dignity, and as a result of that, they got punkedified.
I want to add a little bit to that, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get a little bit. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna try to. We got some kids out there listening, and I accuse other people of doing the same things, so I'm not gonna do it. But I listened to, as I said, I listened to Chuck Schumer doing all these promises. I tried to bring it up just then, but I couldn't get it to come on the air.
Okay. That's my good friend Dale Summers, out of very intelligent guy. Dale, if you don't mind, Ron, before you go, write some of your comments out there, man, because we would love to read some of the stuff that you say by being so eloquent. Go ahead, Ron. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and also Dale, if you feel like it, don't hesitate to call in, because one thing about this show, we give you a voice, and you don't have to tell us your name or nothing like that. You just call in, make your comment, and go from there. I'm looking for the telephone number right now because we're gonna be back live on this on Tuesday. So
856-5964. I wish old AF Riggins could be in here tonight.
Yeah, I do too, but I know he gets up pretty early in the morning. But if he could, I think he might be listening in. But I'm just telling you, this I don't know where we go from here.
Well, you know, and we ended the show last week with what, Ron? Keep the pedal
foot on the gas.
Keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah,
and
keep your foot on the gas.
Evidently, Ron,
keeping
the foot on the gas didn't work.
Yeah, it's a break somewhere. Yeah, because Chuck Schumer ain't got no. I'm gonna say it like this: Chuck Schumer ain't got no balls, because he ain't
go.
Huh?
He need to go, plain and simple.
I don't know. Can you impeach can you change the minority House member? And here's the deal. The real reason why I say that is because I didn't see anybody else up there from the Democratic side that came up to support him. I haven't seen anybody, but they voted like that. When you go behind closed doors, you make a vote or something like that, you acting like a Republican. Shoot. Gonna sit there and run your mouth, and then you got your lips are moving, but your mind and your body is somewhere else, because you ain't with the Democratic Party. We know how to suffer as Black people, and it's people that want something long term versus short terms. They know. They know how to suffer. They know what they want. They know what's important. They don't. Yeah, you're right. That's what he lacked, because he basically sold us up river. He sold us up river. That's all he did. He sold up the whole Democratic Party, and he didn't. And I was listening to. I went to pick up my grandson tonight, and I had already talked to Glass, and we was going at it for a while, and then Glass said, "Well, Ron," he called me back. He said, "Ron, so why don't we just do a show?" And then he said, "Well, let me check my schedule. You know, when you're a businessman, you have to check your schedule, see if you're going to be available." So I can't put that past him. But here's the deal. We have to, as a Democratic whole, we have to figure out something that's going to work. And on Political tonight, I heard them being upset because they said that Hakeem Jeffries said he ain't supporting that. Hakeem Jeffries said, "I'm not going for that." No, it ain't time to compromise. You got Trump begging you to stop this thing, and then he goes on the air. I see something where he just went on the air. "Oh, we got him. It's over." He go to the football game today. They couldn't fly airplanes over the airfield, so he flies Air Force One over the game. And he's trying to swear in people on the football field. Everybody's booing him, but Chuck Schumer was standing on the side over there, clapping his hands, going, "Yay, go Trump!" We're not gonna stand as a party like that, Glass.
Well, you know, Ron, I've stopped counting myself as weak, because I'm out of the party. I just think they have done a disservice. I think they gave leverage that they'll never be able to get back under this administration. And if they don't make some significant changes between now and November of next year, and things don't change, we've said it before, we've said it again, we'll say it again, it's over with.
And you know what, Glass? All these changes that they got, somebody trying to call in. Hold on. I'm going to get you on. Give me a minute. Sean, Glass, can you hear Sean or somebody calling in?
Go ahead, call.
Go ahead, Sean. Sean, just stay right where you at. Don't go nowhere. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Sean, is it?
It might be somebody else. Just hold on. I'm going to get you on. Me and Glass was so upset when we was talking on this thing. It's a couple of things that I got to do to set it up, and Glass had to tell me he couldn't hear me. So,
Yeah,
are you
so
out there, caller? Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am.
Got you.
go ahead, Brother Summers.
Okay. Guys, I don't know if anybody really realized how deep and sorry this racism is in this country.
Mm.
And Schumer, like a lot of other people, they know. And that's what everybody's scared of. Trump, because of Bannon bringing it to the table, knows that he has the power of these red hat idiots out there, and that's what they're counting on. And the people like Schumer they know it, they see it, and they're scared to death of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't know what we can do, but we definitely need to do something, and we need to get our people off their dead rear ends and realize that they can do something and not throw up their hands and always want to complain, but they need to get out off their ass and do something.
Agree with you, Dale.
It's the racism is. I saw this coming back in the 80s. This evangelical BS crap. I started seeing it because they were scared. They saw after the civil rights movement of the middle 60s, we saw people coming together. I did. I'm older than y'all, but I had white friends walking around getting their froze, wanting to dance like us, watching Soul Train. I mean, it's one of those things, and it scared the hell out of people because they saw people coming together as people. And Nixon with Atwater, that scared them.
Mm-hmm.
They saw this coming, and that's this undercurrent. You have to blame it on the white nationalist Christian. They started pulling people together, the river rats of the KKK, pulling them together and creating this wave that we were having to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people of my generation, a lot of my friends, they know what's going on. They see it, and they're ready to to stand up and fight for it. But we got to get our people, our black folks out there and say, hey, we got to come better than what we're doing here together.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line, and bringing people together. It's scary where it's at right now. It is downright, and I'm a person that's lived all over the world. I've been exposed to all type of people, but this racist crap, and they want to hide it under Christianity. Oh my God! I hope that when I'm meeting my Maker, that I'm far from them. Don't want them near standing by me talking about their love, because it ain't gonna be nothing nice.
Agree with you.
It ain't. Not at all. You know, it's Glasses. I listened to him talk. One of the things that came to my mind was we just had this vote in America where we won Democratic seats all over America during this last Tuesday to vote. And here we are today. Here we are today. And it ain't like we don't have anything to stand on or show that we have the ability to change what's going on in America just by the voting that was done this past week. And it showed all over America. But if Schumer, if that's the way Schumer feels about what happened, because even the Republicans were running scared from when the election results, and now we caught up in this. I want to say it, and Sean, and I'm gonna apologize to the caller, but I want to say we caught up in this BS. This some crazy stuff. I don't understand, because he didn't have to we didn't have to compromise anything. We were sitting there just waiting on them to act. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That this last election that we had should have been an ignition for all of us to realize that, hey, we need to keep lighting this fire and for 2 more years. But when you have people like Schumer who's scared, now obviously he is scared.
Yeah.
Because we don't know we don't know what, he might be in the Epstein files.
Exactly.
And these politicians, they pull all kind of things and strings on each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what's going on. I got dabble into some politics back when Reagan was, and it was amazing to me when I had the likes of David Duke and David Treen, and there was a black Republican come to my house, because I used to write a lot, and I would write letters to the editors, get published in local paper, even in Ebony magazine. And one of the letters I wrote got recognized by Ronald Reagan. But the thing of it was, and I try to tell these people, I was young and idealistic. The Republicans came, theoretically they came out with this trickle down, and ideally, okay, they should work this way. But that's idealist.
Right.
In the real world, it didn't work that way, and they should have recognized that and say, hey, we got to back off of this. But these people are coming to me and telling me, man, if you can write like that, you can, how much power you would have, and this or that. And I'm looking at them and saying, you know what? Excuse my French, people, but I'm just me. I'm straight out of the hood of DC. Been around all the world. I've seen more crap than a lot of people would be shocked at. And I just told them, I was being naive and accepting these ideology things that I was reading, like a book called Wealth and Poverty by George Gilder. Phenomenal book. But they're just, the theory is good, but the pragmatic workings of it is not good.
Right.
Because you're dealing with human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're dealing with human beings, theories can go out the window, because, human beings, none of us are perfect.
Right.
If we were perfect, we wouldn't need a savior.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line.
Well, Dale, I got the utmost respect for you. I know the intelligence level runs deep, and for you to get on tonight, and even just engage and be 100% honest and accurate that we have a bunch of cowards. We have people who lost all the little leverage that they had, and now to go back to the draw. You got to promise that there's going to be a vote. But this is a con man. This is a convicted felon. He's got all the attributes of not for anybody to believe him. And you make a deal. It's just not registering to me tonight. And I hope again that everybody that vote this way, vote Democratic, that they started looking at the issues and looking at the facts rather than looking at what somebody tell them. Because what Chuck Schumer told you, it ain't happening tonight.
Yeah, what Chuck
No.
Schumer told. Go ahead, Mr. Summers.
But the thing of it is what I saw in this last election. It wasn't just the Democrats that were voting behind their
right
dismay of I think when you look at what happened to J.D. Vance's stepbrother, half brother, that spoke volumes to me.
Right.
I think a lot of Republicans are saying, okay, enough is enough. They're not going to come out and admit it out in public.
Right.
Only a few of them, they just don't have the balls to do that. Except for old Green, what's his name, Marjorie Green, and you don't know what her undercurrent motivation is behind her recent change of mind. But the thing of it is, we got to keep pressing forward. We have to understand that there's a lot of Republicans that are fed up, and I think, for instance, the mayor race here in Lake Charles, Nick Hunter got defeated. And I've known Nick since he was, 16 years old, taking over his grandmother's restaurant. Very good young man. I didn't have a problem with him. He's a Republican, but he wasn't one of these Republicans of today, and that's just, I got several good friends that are Republicans. They come out of old school Republican families and all that.
Right.
And I know, talking with them, that they're discouraged. They're not happy with the direction of the current Republican Party.
Right.
And I think that's gonna be reflected if we can keep it up and keep the pressure up, especially the pressure to release the Epstein files. And people start realizing that everything that this orange idiot has promised hasn't come true. The tariffs are costing us money. Everything he has done has cost us money.
Right.
That people, I have a friend that I call him my brother from another mother. He was getting some information because of his algorithms, and I'm trying to tell people, get away from this algorithm crap.
Right.
Because he was under the impression that Trump had donated so much to historical Black universities. I said, no, that didn't happen. And on his feed, that's what he sees.
Right.
And people are not realizing you got to, I don't care what side you're on, the left or right, get away from this crap and do your own research.
Right.
Everybody's lazy.
Right. I think you hit the nail on the head, Dale. Again, and I like what you said. If the few of them have realized that, this is not what they voted for, and the many of us who don't get out and vote and don't care to vote, if they just did half of what the other the minority is doing, we wouldn't even be sitting there talking. We wouldn't even be having these issues. We wouldn't even be worried about Schumer because he'll be gone tomorrow. But they don't have enough votes. They don't have enough people that's getting out there to vote. Dale, you bring a big balance. And I've always said that everybody that's out there that's on the other side, they're not bad people. As a matter of fact, there's some great people. But what we're dealing with now is not a traditional Republican of the era from the 70s coming forward. We basically deal, and I think you'd agree with this. We basically disagreed on principle, how to get it done. Okay, we wanted it done. We just had two different roads to get there. But now it's totally different.
You know what? As I listen to both of y'all. Go ahead.
You know
Go
what
ahead. I'm
Bannon
going to
brought
yield
to
to
the
you, Mr.
table?
Summers.
Okay, what Bannon brought to the table was the fact that he was going to peel back that Band-Aid, if you will, of the smoldering, racist, and angry white folks that are, they're scared. They've been lied to. They think the minority, brown skinned people are taking their jobs that they didn't even apply for. Okay, and that's what that's what he brought to the table, and that after Obama was elected, that scared the hell out of everybody.
Yes.
And with Bannon peeling back that Band-Aid and exposing it, this is what we have: these trailer trash, low educated, 6'2" people, inbred, that don't know crap about history. They don't even know crap about their immediate political situations. They just are being fed this racist stuff, this food, to keep the racist mentality going. And even if it cuts, like my grandmother said, even if they'll cut off their nose to spite their face. And that's all that matters to them. It's it's a belonging. I get, how many people I've told they call themselves Republican. They use it as a damn status symbol. And I tell them, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. If you're not bringing in $1 million a year and can't contribute over $200,000 a year to the Republican Party, they don't give a crap about you. You're just a number to them. But they really, how many people think that, I hear them, they say, well, Trump talks just like us. That's a facade, people. And you bought into the con. And that's how a con works. You feed them something that tastes a little bit good, but you on one hand, and you're stealing from them with the backhand. It's just, and they can't get it. It's scary how ignorant we are in this country. It really is scary. And Glass can tell you, I don't bite my tongue when I post things out there.
No.
I don't give a shit who's going to be offended. Family, I've got family, and best friends, and they send me these messages sometimes, and I said, well, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. But if you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. I got one on my Facebook at the beginning of my Facebook, the Sermon on the Mount. If you take the Sermon on the Mount and you can prove your right-wing ideology and validate it with reading the Sermon on the Mount, if you can make that make sense, then I'll be willing to change my mind. But you can't do it. Because the things that Christ stood for, and you're going to tell me you're Christian?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. It does not compute. But what I'm noticing is that these people that used to, send me these messages sometimes, telling me how sick I am or blah, 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 I'm wrong, they've diminished significantly. I don't get them that much because they know I'm right. They know hey, you're starting to see it just as well as I did. I'm glad your eyes are opening, but the thing of it is just got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
I do apologize. I've had a couple of cocktails here earlier.
Not worried about it, Dale. Just keep on talking if you have to.
Yeah.
We're good with that because you brought up some points that I want to make a point with you. You know what? Somewhere there's some Republicans mad at Schumer too, and you know the reason why? Because they had an out, and the Democrats was offering them an out to get away from Trump's policies. And Chuck Schumer just put them right back in it. So somewhere there's some Republicans saying the same thing that we are tonight, that we're expressing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's people out there saying Republicans are saying the same thing, and it's going to take just that one punch, if you will, in the face of a bully. They've been throwing some punches, but there's going to take that one punch that will break down the invincibility of Trump.
Excuse me.
That people are going to start lining up and say, well, he's not as bad as we think he is. Like Tyson, when people find out that bully isn't as badass as they think he is, they're going to start throwing some punches. And that's what I'm looking for. They're going to realize, I think Mark Taylor is figuring this out now. She's trying to get reelected, and she's throwing some punches out there. And it's going to be interesting how that is going to be received. But you get a few more people out there that aren't, they're going to grow their testicles and realize, hey, I want to get reelected, and I see that this man is hurting us. It's not going to go any further, and I don't care what happens. If I can just say I was scared, or there was, just come out and admit that, I see the light now. I think you're going to see a big change. I don't want him, I don't want this man assassinated.
No, we don't want that.
I want the wrath of justice to expose him completely. I want, and to be honest with you, I'm thinking that, with in his head, he's bigger than Christ in his head.
Dale, I'm gonna tell you what I want. You know what I wanted? I wanted the election to get to the midterms, and let the vote take him out. Impeachment. But
exactly.
If you don't have the House and the Senate on the same accord, it wouldn't have worked anyway. Because if Schumer was still in charge and we were still going through this episode, Schumer would have caved. Oh, I think he's a good person. Let him go ahead and finish his term. No, you can't have people like that. You have to have either you're gonna be for the, either you're gonna be in the party, of the party, and a part of the party, or something like that, or else you might as well just go ahead and put your name on the Republican side.
Hey, Ron, we got a comment out there.
I'm not up to speed with what I'm not up to speed with what's happening in the last 2 days with Schumer, but from what I'm gathering from you two guys,
he capitulated tonight. He capitulated early when me and Glass was on the telephone. I was talking about it, and then Glass, by the time we got off the telephone, he capitulated. I'm just going to tell you what happened.
Well, Ron, there's a comment that says many Republicans
he capitulated. No, he punked out.
Yeah, he did that. all the same. Let us read this comment real quick, and then we're going to get back with you.
Yeah, the comment.
Don't hang up.
Okay.
They voted for him because Kamala was worse. How was she worse? Was she a racist? No. Was she taking away people's money? No. Was she doing all this other stuff? No. Was she a convicted felon? No. So how was she worse? Please explain to me in particular, how was she worse? Because she was a black woman? Because she was a woman? Because she wasn't a white male?
Exactly, a woman.
Explain that to me. Tell me how she was worse.
And trust me, everybody gets a voice here. We just waiting on you. If you want to respond by comment, or if you want to call in. We
So tell me how
we
she
can
was
have an
worse.
open discussion.
You know, and that's
Here's the
what.
number.
Well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dale.
you know, one of the biggest problems in this country is that in this so-called Christian world country, they don't have a clue. They've been misguided to believe that women are inferior.
Right.
No, God created woman as a helpmate. And there are several powerful and good women in the Bible, you know, but a lot of us who believe and follow the King James version of the Bible are misled into believing that, you know, women are inferior. They don't deserve to be, you know. Some of them don't even want to see women voting. They're still fighting that. You know, it's just amazing how misguided of their ignorance of equality is. You know, you got, and it's the same. It's a shame. White men, they're scared of anybody that doesn't look like them. And at one time, they were scared of people that look like them if they come from a different country. You know, and the problem is that there's evil out there. There has always been evil out there.
Right.
And it's something that they can't even recognize that they're being manipulated by evil when they start putting down women. You know, there was nothing wrong with Kamala.
And Dale,
Sure better than what we have here.
Not mean to cut you, but it bothers me. Kamala produced her grades. We know that she got a law degree. We know that we don't know what Trump did. We know that whatever money that she's got, she made it and earned it on her own. There's nothing, you know. Here's how I explain this guy. The Bible specifically tells you exactly the characteristics of what the devil is. And if you can't recognize the characteristics of what the devil said, what the good Lord said is, versus in this person, then you can't understand simple mathematics. The guy is nothing but the devil.
Exactly.
This guy
That's
responded.
the whole.
This guy responded, Mr. Summers and Glass. I'm gonna let you read.
Now, and you know what? I agree with her as another inauthentic politician. Obviously, there to serve the and see, Sean. I mean, Ron. See what he's saying. She did come across as well, and so I see where he's going. And let me back off a little. I see where what you're saying, because remember, Ron, Dale, I wasn't a fan of Harris, but I damn sure not a fan of this person that's in there now. So in my opinion, I think I took the lesser two evils. I don't think she would have been this bad. I don't think she would have okay, we understand you saying low key. That's fine. Yeah, but appreciate you engaging. But Dale, so I think what he's saying to some, because no one really realized. You know, he said an AI can track you and done your voice these days. Yeah, we understand all of that. But Dale, I see what he's saying. I see where he's going. I understand some of it. But, you know, again, for those who try to make it worse, how was she worse than
what we got now?
You know, how was she worse? You know, she wasn't a convicted felon. She wasn't grabbing men by the DIC case. She wasn't doing all this other stuff. She hadn't been a convicted felon of 34 council. You know, so at the end of the day, when the smoke cleared and the dust settled, hey, Sean, yeah, he was just raised baited, but it don't get that. You know, my thing is call a spade a spade.
I don't really have
the
no.
bottom
Go ahead, son. Go ahead, Mr. Summers.
the bottom line difference between those two people is you had a very intelligent, secure, strong woman versus a very insecure man that he's like a child. He's a narcissist, and if he doesn't get his way, he wants to throw a temper tantrum. She would pick qualified people. Look what he picked. You know, look what he picked.
But Mr. Summers, you made a good point. You know, last time he ran for office, he was having his kids and everybody hold these different positions, son-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and all the rest of that. He figured out in the last election that they couldn't make money without it going on record. So what he did was he kept them out of politics this time, but they're out there making all that money and can't nobody do nothing about it. What the hell did Jared Kushner have to go to, the negotiating Gaza about? He don't hold no official capacity in any kind of way. The only thing he was going there to get was some contracts to rebuild some houses or apartment buildings, whatever they needed to have rebuild. That's the only reason why they send them over to Gaza. So I'm tired of them fools trying to play games with us.
I know he couldn't even get a security clearance.
Well, we don't even know if he graduated college. You know, we don't know nothing about this dude other than what he lied and tell people.
Exactly. And you know the reason why Trump is against Howard University and the other Ivy League, because his dumbass son was not accepted to him.
So he holds grudges.
Vengeful.
Yeah, he holds grudges, just like a little piss ass baby.
You know,
exactly.
As I go on these different medias, it's only a few of the media outlets out there that even talk about this man in any kind of way. And Mr. Summers, I know you've been out there for a long time. Have you ever in America heard where you couldn't talk about anybody in government without having consequences come to you?
No, never.
I mean, we talk about what's his name? Hoover, the guy that was over the FBI or Central Intelligence, whatever.
Oh, J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover. And he had control of everything during that time. But you could say whatever you want to say. It wasn't a president that was coming after you. It was J. Edgar Hoover that was going to send his people after you. This time the president just
what his real issue was? You know what his real issue was, huh?
I'm curious because we need every bit of information we can put out here on the air tonight.
As they used to say, there was one of us in the wood pile.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, there was, I had an uncle, I can tell you this, I had an uncle that passed, was in the CIA, and some of the crap that I learned from him, it was amazing what was going on. You know, this country and this politics, but J. Edgar was a closet queen, racist, passing black person.
Yes, sir.
And if you know, I don't know if y'all know it, but some of the worst ones we have ever run into in our life was those that look like us and got confused to thinking that they were better than us. Clarence Thomas is a prime example.
Tim Scott.
You know, we got people that came up through affirmative action, got this and that, and the next thing you know, they don't want anybody else to go through that. It's that crabs in the basket mentality.
Yes, sir.
That they have been brainwashed by the white folks to think that, okay, you're better than them. You shut the rest of them down.
Hey, Ron. Do we have more than one line, or we got one line? Because I got somebody else that wanted to call in.
Hey, Mr. Summers, can you catch us on the next show?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be
Hey, hold on. No, Ron. What we're gonna do is one. We're gonna bring Dale on the show because I want him to dive deep into some of the things that he's witnessed in his lifetime, where he grew up at.
Now, my ears was clear. I heard Ebony and a couple other.
We're gonna get that fixed up.
I can hear.
Yeah,
you know who you remind me of, Glass? You remind me of Dick Gregory.
Oh, he's a walking knowledge. He's very intellectually. Savvy. And he's not afraid to challenge the status quo, whether it's you, me, or somebody that look different.
I ain't never. Guys, let me tell you. Glass can tell you this. I'm the guy that have walked into an all-white club and somebody say something, and I knock the shit out of them. That's who I am.
That's who he is.
I hear you. I understand you, and I hear you.
But here's the deal. Ron.
And take off with your best-looking woman.
Hey, and Ron, and here's the deal. He don't brag about that. You have to push him to that point. He's a easygoing, very intellectual guy. Love to sit down. He doesn't discriminate or hate anybody. But if you push him to that corner, you better be ready to deal with it, because when he come out, he walking over somebody. And that's just who he is. Loving to death. He's been a very inspirational person to me. Loving to death. Hey, Dale, thank you for finally calling in, man. Let us get this other caller from Atlanta. But I'm definitely going to bring you on.
Yeah.
Definitely going to bring you on.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
832-856. 832-856. 5964. I think this call is from somewhere in Georgia. I don't know if he's out there yet. Give us a call in.
Yeah, if you're out there calling in, but here while you're trying to call in and I get it on my telephone.
Right, I got another comment. I'd say it's much easier to understand the world if you see its leaders as leading criminals. I agree with that 100%. I wish we could engage in a casual conversation, not to be one against the other. But I'm interested, and I'm liking what the individual respondent is saying, because I agree with that. Nobody's going in the way you think they are. They're coming out the way you know that they're going to be, which are crooks.
Yeah. So if you can call in, I want to put that number.
No. He or she doesn't, and we don't never want to force, but we do give them the opportunity to come in. He say try it 9 times. 832 Mr. T 856-5964. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but again,
no, me neither, because I got my telephone right here.
Got the line open up.
I know if Dale made it through.
Yes, sir.
I know if Dale made it through. We doing good. And I got music coming on and everything, so we might get tagged on that one.
But if not, we did what we wanted to do. It's 10:56 p.m. Central Standard Time. We just wanted to have some content out there that we are very dissatisfied, disappointed in Chuck Schumer. We think that he failed the caucus, being a leader. I personally myself am saying that I think he should go tomorrow. I know that's not going to happen. Make sure the other caller ended. Yes, the other caller did end. So I'm not sure how else he's still saying he can't get through. We'll give it a couple more seconds to try. If you don't mind, press redial, speed dial, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, because I'm gonna make sure the other caller ended.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Glass. I don't have anybody on the line right now.
Yeah, nobody's on the line right now, but call if you want to go ahead and try for the 10th time. Maybe the 10th time is a charm. We'd love to hear what you got to say here on Two Gents. We're missing the mic tonight, but we know he's got our back somewhere. We'll be on Tuesday night broadcasting live. This right here was just impromptu. Mr. Spikes and I were talking, and we got to get some content out there. I think he said it says the service has been restricted.
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe Donald J has restricted the callers. I don't know.
Maybe so. Like the other caller was the other person was saying, he didn't want to come on because he knows the call can be traced. He knows how the world operates. So I just want to say this, and Glass, I appreciate y'all calling in, coming on, and listening in. Me and Glass was just frustrated at one point tonight. We were cussing. We were cussing, but we wasn't cussing at each other. We was cussing about the situation, and we just couldn't believe what Chuck Schumer had did. So we elected to get on the air tonight, and I just want to tell you, I hope and I pray that what I heard about Akeem Jeffries is true. That he said he's not biting into this, that he's not going to be a part of this. I heard it on the other channel, Politico, and they were mad, talking about how can he not be a part of this? He's they got to be in, they're in the same party and all the rest of it. No, we ain't in the same party if you're going against our best will. I feel like I'm trying to think of that movie, but I can't even get it right, Glass. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna mess it up. But anyway, I'm gonna turn it over to Glass, and then we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir, Mr. Spike. Any caller that's out there, any responder that's out there, anybody that tried to engage, we love that. We love that. We may not agree 100% of the time. We may not agree 50% of the time, but at least at the end of the day, here we go. It's saying that 832-865-5964. He called 18 times and couldn't get in. And I'm sorry that you couldn't get in.
Now Dale was on that line, and we ended the line.
Yeah, charge it to our head and not our hearts.
Yeah, because look, you can't see it. It won't
yeah.
But it ain't nobody on there.
I'm not sure what the situation is, what we need to do to fix it.
Call me real quick. Let's check this before we get off there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it.
Let's see if we can see what's going on.
Baron Glass.
See, I got Byron Glass.
Okay, maybe it's because you got an iPhone.
No, I got a Android.
Okay, because I was about to say maybe because the person number's not logged into your phone, but that the other caller's number wasn't logged in either.
No, it wasn't. It comes up on the. Actually, that's a Google number because I don't want to have my number out there for that very reason that them other people said. So that's a Google number that you can call, and Google pretty good about getting you through.
Well, caller, can we try 20 times since you're 18? Try 2 more times.
Because Glass called me
just to get in 2 more times. I know I'm laughing, but I'm serious because I love
Glass,
to hear.
just give me my real Glass. If you know I'm texting my real number, then have them call that. We can get them on that way too.
Okay, hold on there, caller. We're gonna get you on. See, we love and we aim to please. Let me get you this number here.
Detected in the front yard.
Yeah, somebody walking across my yard. That might be them coming to get me right now. Trump done already sent them this way. Hey, we got a comment out there. I'm gonna take your Glass. A reason some of issues persist are because the politicians. You see, we got him. Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Hey, hold on, Ron. Before you bring
that's awesome.
Hold
on, Sean, just 1 second. We're gonna take this comment and then we're gonna bring you right in.
Let me take this comment. A reason some issues persist are because the politicians aren't actually trying to fix them. If your supporters are upset about racism or DEI or ICE or abortion, it's better for your election prospects if you find a way to avoid solving the issue. Now, that's where we're going to draw the line. I'm not going to sit here and talk to somebody who I don't know if it's a male or female, if you black, white, young, old, rich, or poor. So if you don't have enough courage to call in, I'm not going to even engage with you because I have what is DEI, number one? Tell me what DEI is. Who mentioned anything about ICE? Who mentioned anything about abortion? Here we are with this bullshit propaganda that you're throwing out, but call in. Let's not worry about AI. Call in and let's debate this subject matter. Go ahead, Ron.
Come on, Sean.
But Baron, this is exactly my point. I don't know who XNF is, but that person obviously is a coward. He doesn't believe what he's saying.
Well, we don't even know if it's he or
Who
she.
cares about what you sound like? But it doesn't matter. But the point is, he's rage baiting. But here's what I called in about, because I was irritated by the comment he made, which I think he's rage baiting for anyway. I think he's enjoying this because he's not supporting any of those accusations he's made. Kamala is worse. How so, sir? Explain it. But I can tell you right now, this person we have in office right now, he wasn't even a politician. He was a failed businessman. At least Kamala was a politician. She was a vice president. Look at her accomplishments as far as education, as far as the things she's done as far as working in the industry, in the business. This is her life. This is what she's always done. So, sir, if you're going to make those comments, support them. You're just rage baiting. You're throwing out nonsense and hoping we respond to you. So if you're going to back it up, call in, back it up. And just like Baron, like what you just pointed out, we weren't even talking about DEI. This is something he brought up to rage bait. So, sir,
kind of prove my point. I listed issues that get people worked up. I don't even know your position on them. No, I'm not worked up. See, obviously it's a white person because, see, let me tell you the reason why, Ron. Because every white person I know, they feel when they see this that it's anger. It's not anger, it's passion, because you will never be able to rattle me. Never be able to rattle me. But I will get a little high pitched. I will get a little in the boxing mode because right now I'm ready to debate this person. I don't know if it's a male or female. They're talking about AI, but you know, this is what you call, Ron, classic keyboard warriors, hiding behind a keyboard. I'm showing my effing face. Okay, I'm willing to go wherever we need to go to talk about what you want to talk about. We may agree on some things, we may disagree on some things, but you bringing up DEI, but you can't. What is DEI? And 99% of the people, Ron, that you ask, they can't even tell you. We're saying that Kamala was for global war, but this person that we got in there is a racist who has done, man. Let's not.
Hey, Glass. He done ended 7 wars out there. Son, come on in. I'm sorry, man. We ain't gonna leave you out there. Come on in, son.
No. It's okay. It's okay. We might be talking to a 10-year-old right now, so we might be wasting our time. So let's not. I don't think we should even give as much time as we've given them. Because
and by the way,
he's not saying anything.
Yeah. By the way, for you tomorrow and Tuesday, thank you for all of your service serving in the United States Marine Corps, the most illustrious body, in my opinion, of individuals out there. Ron, no disrespect to the Army or the Navy or whatever, but I'm just a Marine to heart. Hey, Sean, I love you, brother.
Yes, sir. Hoorah.
Don't. One of my friends is a Marine, and she told me, I was texting her back and forth. I said, "Hey, soldier, how you doing?" She said, "No, you got that mixed up." So I was a Marine. I said, "What?" I said, "I got
Positivity." D said there's so many trolls that enjoy doing this to get people fired up. Hey, D, you're right, but I laugh at stuff like this. You know, whether they playing or serious, you know, if you come to me, I'm coming to you. So at the end of the day, we can sit down and debate, talk, or whatever. But you know, again, I don't understand why people. Well, I do, because Ron, why would you go into a room with a mask on? Because you're trying to hide yourself, right?
The same reason.
Yes, sir.
The same reason why.
If you come on a social media post page and you don't have a photo, you guys your alphabet as your name, what does that tell you? You're trying to hide something. Mama and my uncle was a fighter all his life. And he said, nephew, a coward will always hide. Don't waste your time with him.
Glass, I'm gonna say something because I want to. Hey, Sean, listen to what I'm about to say. It was a friend of ours, and Byron, know who I'm talking about. It was a friend of ours that passed away, and he well, not just Big Slim. This was Brandon Johnson.
Okay.
And Brandon started this thing, and he shared it with me about posting a black picture. Just posting a black picture, not letting people know who you were. Just post black. I'm black, and it was in support of whatever was going on at that time. I kept that up for a long time, but when I heard that idiot Charlie Kirk, I changed all this. I went back and put my picture up. I don't care. I don't want nobody to confuse me. I need you to know that I'm black and I'm out here trying to do the best I can with a little bit of computer software and computer machines or computer whatever to get the word out. I'm just letting you know that I'm communicating. You know, most people don't understand that. I didn't save, I didn't do anything. When my brother told me he wanted to come on the air tonight, I said, okay. He said,
Hey, bro, I'm in my camouflage with
you
you.
ain't never seen Glass dressed like this.
You would
So
never
you know
see
he in
me.
fight mode.
You would never see me like this. But here's the deal. Mama said, always be ready. You know what, Ron? The clothes don't define
They damn
what's
sure
going
don't.
on. It's the brain and the knowledge. So no matter what we at, what we do, I'm gonna always be the same. Hey, I love talking to people. I love meeting people. But what I don't like is when you try to use this bumfoolery to prove a point.
Let's get this one on, Glass.
But hey, Ron, but again, I'm gonna let you do what Riggins do. I'm not gonna even engage. Come on, man. Let's close this thing out.
Let me just read it, Glass. You know we don't do that. Republicans have controlled both chambers in the White House, and they're not even trying to solve the issues that fired up their supporters. They want those issues on for the next election. Same for the Democrats under Biden's first term. They had control and didn't fix much of anything. Here's the deal. We didn't shut down the government. Y'all let the government shut down. So you can sit there and blame all that stuff on Biden if you want to. You can do whatever you want. You can blame it on Kamala Harris and all the rest of that. That's on you. That's not on us. I refuse to let. I'm not like Chuck Schumer. I'm not gonna cave in. I'm not gonna give in. I'm putting it all on you. Now, what y'all talk Chuck Schumer into, I don't know how many bank accounts or how much money y'all promised him or how many deals under the table you gave him. That's on him. He's going to have to deal with that. Now, again, this should be his last time in office. He shouldn't be the speaker. He shouldn't be in the minority position come Monday morning.
Hey, and Sean, this is going to go for you.
Sean just hung up.
Yeah, Sean, this is going to go for you. Atlanta's most vulnerable senator, John Ossoff, just voted no because he won't stand for Republicans driving up America's health care. That's what you call real leadership, Ron. He's not worried about whether he's going to get elected again or not. He's standing for the people right now. I will support him, respect him, and for the other 6 or 7 cowards that voted for all this other stuff. Hey, look, man, Sean's call dropped. Let's end this thing, man, because I'm already fired up, and I don't even know if I'm able to go to sleep because I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Schumer, well, you ain't posting on Facebook like you used to, so you can be able to go to sleep.
No. Schumer needs to go. He need to be gone. Run. It's 11:08. 52 more minutes, and he don't need to step in to tomorrow's tomorrow being a leader.
We're gonna ask this before we go. We're gonna ask that Hakeem Jeffries stick to his guns, and those people behind him stick to his guns. If you never followed Hakeem Jeffries ever in life, make sure that you follow Hakeem Jeffries this time. And I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get out of here. Glass did all but one thing, and I know you're waiting for me to do it. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say it like this. Father, as we close our eyes at this time, and we're on the air live, and we're reaching out to everybody that's out there. I don't know what happened to Chuck Schumer, but Father, I'm gonna pray for him. That's all I can do. That's all you give me the ability to do is pray for him. I can't do anything else to him. But Father, I want you to keep Hakeem Jeffries' mind in the right place. Guide him down the right path. Keep Jasmine Crockett and Al Green and everybody that look like him. Even poor Margie Green is out there. If she's standing up for what's right, Father, take care of her too. In your name, I'm gonna say amen.
Amen. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Thank God. I got my deuces, so that's my signal for us to be out.
Peace is so. We out.